Our beloved brother, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Let me express my apologies, actually. I was on time. I took off from Davao. It was good weather over there. But coming in, I was advised by the security that I could not proceed here immediately because there was a squall or a thunderstorm maybe, and the sky was blanketed. And coming over here, as a matter of fact, we had to turn back and to find another route, an opening in the clouds so that we could enter Cagayan. Sarado po. And the clouds are very low, and we have to negotiate the terrain. But still, I made it on time because I noticed that the crowd is quite in the proper places. And of course, Mr. Ambassador, Igor Kubayev, is my good friend. We meet everywhere. He's my idol, actually. We met in, it was a short time, but I was in his country. Naudlok lang po dito sa developments ng ating bayan. Let me begin by laying the predicate of this meeting. Actually, I have a prepared speech for all of the thousands, maybe hundreds of kilometers by motor. I had several occasions to travel among my motoring days on a big bike. Actually, it's about 7 hours. But now I have only 3 pages for you. Not worth the waiting for you and me. I was detained there as a holding room sa airport for almost an hour and a half before I was advised that I could take off. So I would like to also just introduce, maybe they have been already, the Defense Secretary Lorenzana, Mr. Pizarro, whom I met, the first guy to greet me, Agriculture Undersecretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat. Bakit to marami ang pangalan mo? Cagayan de Oro 1st District Congressman Rolando Oy and other members of the House of Representatives. Cagayan de Oro City Mayor Oscar Moreno. Every time I come here, he seems to be more handsomer, if there's a word. Baka sa babae, yan, walang iba. Mr. George Barcelon, participants of the 26th Mindanao Business Conference, mga kasama ko sa gobyerno, mga kababayan. I said, hindi tayo makaintindihan dito if I go directly. You know, the predicate, it is what ails Mindanao? Why is there a lag in the progress of Mindanao? Why is it that we do not have manufacturing? This is supposed to be an agricultural land. Well, the Philippines fundamentally is ang economy natin is based on agriculture. Why do we not have it here? Well, one is you have to look into the factors, but mainly because Mindanao seems to be in trouble. And I would admit that we have to correct the historical injustice asked by the Moro people. But then again, what's happening in Marawi seems to stretch the trouble further than we expect. Let me assure the MI, we continue to respect the leadership, and we would like to pursue the talks. And for Normi Suare, the same thing. We made that guarantee, and it was the centerpiece of my campaign that we will change the system to federalism. Alam mo, let me be frank. This is aired all over the Philippines, so everybody's listening. Just a caveat. I'm not trying to, agitate or scare anybody, but the historical system of unitary type of government, which was actually fundamentally for control the population because we were colonized, would not work at this time anymore. And if we cannot solve the problem of Mindanao vis-a-vis the different contending parties for sharing maybe an equitable distribution of all things, then we are headed for a long haul of trouble. I will guarantee you that being from Mindanao, with a mother from a Mindanaoan, I will tell you now straight that there will be no peace in Mindanao for the longest time. The only way that we can really correct the injustice in Mindanao is for everybody to reconsider their position. And the elite of this country cannot hang on to this unitary type of power grab every time. Ganito ang humahawak kasi nito ang elite talaga, the elite of Manila and the rest of the countries. That is why in every election, they decide who should be president. It's just a family of one or two or three before. The sugar block of Luzon and the Visayas, and some bright guys in Manila. Sila-sila lang yan eh. They're the ones who meet there, decide who's the best. They call for the Taipans, they call for the Chinese to pitch in and generate money for the elections. And so, kanila talaga ang mananalo. Itong pagpasok ko sa presidency, mind you, of course, minimal ang utang ko. Kasi, except for Congressman Nograles and si Velasco of Marinduque, because he's a friend, wala akong congressman ni isa, even in Mindanao. Ang governor ko, and I have to acknowledge, si Amante sa Agusan del Norte, pati si Aimee. Wala na. So wala akong utang na loob. Kaya nagbubullshit talaga ako ng tao. Now, ABS is here. Pati yung nakikinig may yung inquirer has been sold to somebody else. I will ask you frankly, do you think that the mile-long real estate, which has been practically given to the elites of Manila, kaya, sa uli kaya yan kung hindi ako naging presidente? Sleep on it. Kung yun ang nanalo doon sa puro elitista, masauli kaya sa mga ang inquirer, sumubra. They were using the inquirer as a power tool to control politics and to destroy reputations of people. Pagdating dito sa kanila, binulshit ko sila. At pinutang ina ko sila. At si Gabi Lopez ng ABS, sinabi ko, mukha kang pera, putang ina mo. Totoo kasi. Sino makasabi sa kanila ng gano'n? And they were foisting this lie that I was having 200 million itong anak ko ngayon. We were the favorite targets. No, they have, during their time, during the campaign, I told everybody, I mean, you can go around up to the rural banks of Tawi-Tawi, if there's one. Hanapin mo yung pera ninyo. Kasi kung nandyan, if it is true, I will withdraw my candidacy. Now, I gave you my commitment when I won. There will be no corruption, as I have told you. And if you can smell one with my daughter, who's the mayor of Davao City, and yan si Pulong na may magsabi, huwag yung hearsay na tatanggap. I mean, I can invent. I'm coming up with Trillanes' bank deposits all over. Ngayon, kuha ko na, akala kasi niya, hindi ko rin kaya. So, I am giving you in a few days the number of deposits that he has with Chinese joint accounts. It's all over. Hong Kong, Australia, America. Kaya sabi ko I'm willing to resign immediately. I don't have the illusions of the presidency perpetrating in power. The left, isa pa rin. Diktador. Look, you ask me if I'm happy being president now? Telling you no. I'm no longer happy. But because I was placed there by a mandate with a sacred duty to run the country, I will just do it. I said, there will be no corruption, and everybody has to follow, including Mindanao. Some of the practices here, slavery is still prevalent. Maraming nakikidnap sa labas tapos dinadala sa Marawi. Mga bata, totoo to. Hindi mo ako mabula kasi ang lula ko maranaw. Huwag tayong magbulahan dito. Slavery has to stop. Because itong mga kidnappers, mga hold-uppers dito, hindi lang muro. Pati itong kuratong baliling, do you have to stop? I will order the soldiers to shoot you, goddammit. Do not give me that shit about due process. Huwag tayong magbulahan dito. Whenever there's shabu, there is no democracy at all. In Osame's 2 decades of power, the mayor, being a narco-politician, was using government resources and manpower, pati na police, to run a city, was manufacturing drugs day and night. After this Marawi incident, meron pang martial law. I will go after you. At yung human rights with all the hula-balo. Tignan mo ngayon sa Burma. Si Sui is a Nobel Prize winner. Tingnan mo. The Rohingyas, they're being brutalized. Ito ko na walang citizenship yung mga tao. Look at the TV sa Al Jazeera. Tapos itong mga human rights na they all shut up. Yesterday, I lost a policeman, was hit in the head, raiding a drug den. Same place, Caloocan. And with your shout, itong left, they're capitalizing. They want to get the cadaver to parade it. Well, you will not affect me anymore. Psychologically, I will just think of some other things. I cannot run for re-election. Nandito ako. Now, we'll talk about the predicate of this. The predicate really is order. So yung drugs, hindi matatapos yan because it will never end. And everybody agrees with it. It's either Trump or even President Putin when I was in Russia. We talked about it. And I said, it's a problem for my country. And I said, we will help you. That is why, well, of course, I only visited China and Russia. The countries I feel that could help me and understand me without giving the shit about human rights. Itong ganitong sitwasyon sa mga, ito mga kidnapper, mga kuratong baliling, huwag mo akong bigyan ng, don't give me a sad story about them. We are freed of them as free, or I will see to it that we will get it dito sa panahon ko. Pag hindi ko kaya to, walang makakaya niya mga animal na yan. Totoo yan. Kasi sabihin man nila na, bakit ka pumunta dito? Sabi ko, gusto ko mamatay. Pareho ng terorista. I really want to die. You know, my forebears are from Lanao del Sur. My cousins there are in the mahirap na nasa resettlement areas, evacuation centers. So it is good. It's good to go back to the molecules of the past. Tapatan mo. Gusto mong kamatayan. Gusto ko rin. I'd be happy to die anytime for my country. So what's the problem? It's really law and order. Mindanao cannot progress. Nandyan yung NPA, exacting extortion, tapos nandyan yung mga warlords sa gobyerno, mga titulo, NICIP. Tapos nanyang DNR, nandiyan pang lang administration, 3 titulo sa gobyernong to, nag-i-issue ng land title. The Cotabato will explode one day. Land dispute yan. So these are the things that contributed to this disorder, including government, because of corruption. Pag hindi mo na-control ang corruption sa gobyerno, walang mangyayari sa buhay na to. Kaya talagang hiritan ko, when I go back next week, I will abolish 1, 2, 3 agencies. Yung road board, they have to go. Yung sugar regulatory board, I will abolish it. Just place it in an office. Pero the guy, meron siyang consultant, 3, ang bayad 200,000 ang buwan. Mas malaki pa sa presidente. Sabi ko, I fired, but I will abolish them. I will suggest to Congress na abolish mo. You better, pati yung pera, lahat isauli mo sa Congress. Let Congress decide. And I will tell Congress, be sparing in creating offices. Marami akong bagahe. Korupsyon dito, korupsyon doon. Hindi ko... And I have soldiers who are wounded seriously. Kulang ako sa pera. Nira the guys here, consultants being paid 200. Magkukudita yung mga yan. Tignan mo. Kikita nila yung masugatan. Wala masyadong... And look at this. August of last year, when I became president, July, August, pumunta ako sa AFP Medical Center, Wiluna. Pagdating ko doon, because I'm familiar, I'm being a mayor for the longest time, may CT scan kayo. Wala. May X-ray lang, luma. Do you have itong MRI? Wala. Sabi ko, ito, ganito, the hyperbaric, that's the high pressure chamber when you have the bench. Kung mag-dive ka nga, mauna embolism, hyperbaric, wala. So, joke, no, the budget officer and the generals were with me. Nandiyan si Secretary Esperon, Xavier, Lorenzana. Sabi ko, I looked at Joke, no, I glanced at him, he said, nodding, yes. So sabi ko, bigay. Would you believe it? When the government doctors were there to inaugurate the Malacanang, yung mga sa sundalo, the presidential security, they have a medical thing there. Hindi naman, parang hospital na pang ano lang, hindi naman tertiary. Tinanong ko yung mga doktor, do you have the equipments and the machines already? You know what they told me? 1 year hence. Wala pa. Tanginang gobyerno na to. Gusto kong mag-resign na the exasperation. Kaya mainit ang ulo ko palagi. Sino ba naman hindi? Kaya yung hyperbaric helps control the spread of gangrene. When the soldiers are there and they are extricated about half the day, and there are open wounds, infection sets in, bacteria or otherwise. Pag hindi nadala ka agad yan doon, maputol talaga ang paa. And all we have to do is to bring him to a hyperbaric. Anak na. Kaya pabalik ako ng pabalik dyan. Sabi ko sa kay Congress, I don't know, but I specifically, I asked the Senate President and the Speaker, kindly do away with procurement. Kasi yung procurement is the evil of them all. Kasi yung procurement na yan, na lowest bid, pabagsakan sila. Itong mga putang inan to, either they kabal or they agree na magpasok sila dito, may project dito, tapos may, open ng bids. Mag-ano yan sila, tapos sila lang yan, ibagsak nila. Ngayon yung iba, tataas kunwari, o di, bagsak. Pero, i-withdraw niya, pero sila lang magbayad. That's one. O yung iba naman, kasama dito ang korte. I know what's happening to the judges here in the Philippines, but some are really corrupt. Ganito yan eh. Pag manalo ito, it happened kung pati kay Ayala. May manalo na, and the project it's about to start because we are hurry to start and finish the job. Papasok naman itong isa, makukuha ng TRO. Ito naman mga gagong judges. That's why I warn you. I'm not the traditional courteous guy, ha? Nang mag-upakan tayo dito. Kaya lahat binibira ko. Sabi ko, look, I will read. I'm a lawyer. I should know if you're a son of a bitch, I would know. Kaya, pati na si Ombudsman. So what's the problem? They criticize me about the lack of what, due process or human rights? Kayo. Kaya ano ginagawa? Selective justice. Wala pa akong nakitang yellow na demanda. Puro kalaban. Last time si Gringo. Wala. Selective justice si Morales. Si Sereno naman, she's running the Supreme Court as if it's a private firm. At saka kung mag-abroad, sabi, I've always led a simple life. Tinignan namin yung mga sa hotel, mga suite. What's this? Alam mo sa gobyerno ngayon, sinasabi ko sa kanila, yan, cabinet members lahat, you ride economy class. Wala kayong mabuhay. Mabuhay kayo. Gastos na tao yan. And I don't use wala kang nakakita, cabinet members, they have this specialized number 6. President is 1, I do not use it. I use the ordinary. When I go out to look at the plates, it's an ordinary one. When I was mayor, I never placed that plate mayor. When I was a congressman, I never used the 8. I find it very corny. Hilas ba? Tapos itong mga itong high officials, they travel, suite, first class. Do not do that. What you should do if you're a government official, you want to travel, okay, get an economy. Then if you have the money, you buy, pa-upgrade ka ng. Otherwise, kukwestiyonin kita. Tatawagin kita sa Malacanang. Sabihin ko, ikaw pa may pera o wala o ano? Mayaman ka ba o mahirap? Kasi ako, hindi naman ako mahirap, hindi rin ako mayaman. So pareha tayo lahat dito. So why fuck with the money of the people? Yan ang predicate dyan. It's corruption sa government, then the law and order is affected. Yang Cotabato na yan, puputok yan, kay isang lote, 3 ang titulo. And somebody has to explain that. Otherwise, tignan mo, ano ang sunod na. The next plus point still in Mindanao. Ang akin lang kasi sa aking mga kadugong moro. We know the situation. We know that you're the original occupants. Pero lahat naman tayo, we belong to the Sri Visayas Empire. Kaya nga kayong mga Bisaya, if you listen carefully sa Tausog, maintindihan mo yung salita nila. So, we are all Malay. Hindi naman namin kasalanan na migrate kami dito because pagkaalam namin, ang Pilipinas, kasali ang Mindanao. So, we are not really squatters here. Me, I'm of a mixed blood. Then I tell you, let us understand each other. But we must also provide for our Moro brothers. Kasi nung wala talaga sila eh. Because when the American came, they granted homestead, if it's a corporation, 24 hectares. If it's an individual, 7. No Moro was given any piece of land. Kaya ganun. So you have to correct that. If you want a definite territory, fine. And that is why I continue to talk with the mainline revolutionary fronts. They also want peace. Pero kung ganito lang naman, yung iba, including the communists, season, gusto niya masunod ka. Kaibigan ko yung mga yan eh. But you know, when I became president, when I was in Davao, we used to talk. Yung mga sundalong NPA sa Mindanao, hindi yan kanila lahat. Iba niyan, Duterte faction. Oh, tignan mo, when they start to come down. I'm negotiating with the big ones. Oh, bumaba kayo. I'll give you a piece of land. I'll give you livelihood. Iwan mo na yung... We've been fighting for 50 years. You want another 50 years? You want to kill Filipinos for another 50 years? Yan ang gusto ninyo. Ayaw ko. I'm very hesitant really to kill my own brother. Pero kung gusto ninyong bagbagan, marami man akong pulis, nakapila yan sa Aguinaldo dyan, oh, araw-araw. Gahanap ng trabaho yung mga bugoy dyan na walang... Okay, sige, ikaw, magsundalo ka na. I am recruiting 20,000 new soldiers. And I will train them just to kill. War is all about killing. So, hindi ko na wala ng ibang kurso dyan, how to target your enemy. Yan ang gusto ninyo. If you want to talk peace, fine. But do not be too incessant. Yung sa gusto ninyo, kaagad-agad nandyan. Ang mga komunista. At I get a blame for natikio sila doon yung dalawang. I'm the only president na naglagay ng mga komunista dyan sa cabinet ko. Binigay ko pa DAR because that is closest to their heart. And DSWD, binigay ko rin sa left. Kasi makatulong eh. Pero ako pasangin na. Ako pang sinisisi. Sila na yung nagipag-away, daldal ng daldal. Ang gobyerno korap. Siyempre yung mga congressman nasasaktan niya. Hindi naman lahat ng congressman korap eh. May ilan. Pero hindi yan lahat. Most of them, wala akong, I could not even imagine one. So yan ang, having said that, I will now read my speech. I thank you all for organizing and inviting me. Sa totoo lang, pag nabalitaan ko na in other occasions and some in other places, if it's really not a viable thing to penetrate the clouds, magsabi naman yan sila na, sir, postpone mo na lang. Oh. Kasi pumunta kami dito sa dagat. Nagsara. Balik kami, nag-ikot doon sa bukid. Dahil dito kami, diretso na sa hindi na dumaan ng poblasyon. Diretso yung target na ng chopper. Had it been some other kind of activity, in some other place, ma'am, I would have just, understand. It's the weather, and simply it's dangerous to be navigating. Kasi pababa na yung clouds eh. So hindi mo na makita. And the helicopters can only fly so much. And there are mountain ranges. Were it not for the fact, really, that Cagayan de Oro is full of beautiful women. Mga puti na lith ang very lith itong mga babae sa lith na hindi masyado tambog pero wala akong makita. It's not a success. No. I'm just telling you the truth. Mahirap rin kasi nito. That's a success statement. No, of course not. That you're beautiful. We have lost the right of oratory. Ikaw ang babae na pinuntahan ko dito. At sapat naman sa akin na sana makarating. At dahil sa ulan at makapal na ulap, ganun paran sumugod ako. Saan ba ibang maganda dito? Ganun yan eh. So, your continued support for the government's development efforts is deeply appreciated. I've always been a firm believer in Mindanao's great potential. As long as it has the right infrastructure and a sound business environment, Mindanao's abundant resources and hardworking and dynamic people have the capacity to contribute even more to our country's growth and development. It is for this reason that the government is aggressively pursuing infrastructure projects in Mindanao. We have allocated funds to build structures that facilitate the transfer of goods and services as well as enhance mobility and connectivity. Key projects such as the Mindanao Railway System, the Pangil Bay Bridge, and the Laguindingan Airport development are in various stages of implementation. To secure Mindanao's important role as the country's food basket, government is actively providing assistance in the production of high-value crops and the development of agricultural products and marketing of its goods, among others. The color-coded agri-fishery map is now available to our farmers to help them identify the most suitable crops for their farms. This will be continuously improved with new data and tools to provide more information for our farmers and fisher folks. All you have to do is just to look at the map mo. Itong itanim mo dito. It's actually, it's simply stated, it's the soil analysis of what suits what, the appropriate tanim mo. However, our efforts to promote business, trade, and investment in Mindanao will be in vain if we cannot ensure stability and order, as well as secure just and lasting peace in the island. That is why the government is intensifying the fight against illegal drugs, crime, and corruption, even as it creates a more enabling and nurturing business environment in Mindanao. Government remains firmly committed to wiping out local terrorists and other threats groups that continue to hinder our peace and development efforts, especially the ISIS-inspired ones who have attempted to take over the city of Marawi. I assure all investors and businesses in Mindanao that the government will do everything to make sure that Marawi City recovers and it will rise again as a thriving and flourishing city. Government is now expediting preparatory talks for the implementation of the Marawi City Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Plan to see to it that this will really happen. While we have a big and grand plans for Mindanao and our country, all of these will not succeed without the help and participation of the private sector. I therefore ask everyone in this conference to continue supporting the government's programs and initiatives. Rest assured that the government will continue listening to your inputs and suggestions. With your cooperation and our people's support, I am confident that we will create a more prosperous and progressive Mindanao. Salamat po.